How's it going, everybody? It's your boy Davey on everything, and welcome back to the podcast. Today we got a very special guest here with us. Today we got our friend Nicky Boy. What do you want to go by? Your full name? Rudy too?
The whole thing.
Here we are with Nick, Rudy Jaworski. There's another name in there that I can't remember. Anthony, yeah. Well, you don't need to know his full name anyways. But
stealing my social security.
His social security is 174.
Yeah, he's that old.
And of course we got our boy Dan TV.
How's it going, everyone?
He's in the
Thanks
cut.
for tuning in.
This is our first episode where we have a guest. That's not Dan and I rambling on.
Yeah, that's true.
Of course we got our Coors Lights. What else we have out here? That one's got a big ass dent in it.
Sponsored by Coors Light.
I wish, dude, I would retire if Coors Light sponsored us. No, but no sponsors for today's video. But we're sponsored by Hemlock Barn.
Oh, God.
Hemlock Barn hamburgers and chips. You know, that's obviously, about the Hemlock drama between Dan and Hemlock.
Yeah.
So he's been on an ongoing battle.
Army, right?
He's done an ongoing battle with them for years now.
Oh, my God.
I'm just going to make sure Nick's is going. Okay. Yeah, so on today's episode, we're going to get into a few different subjects. One of them being, so I just got back from Florida. I was in Fort Lauderdale. I got the sweater and everything. 2 for whatever at the store.
Yeah, the sweatshop store. Yeah.
The sweatshop stores. All the little Asian kids are in there. I think I noticed they do the heat press on these. They make them in the store.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, they got the thing. I'm like, that's got to be so cheap.
Oh, yeah.
For it to.
Barely anything costs for ink, right?
Oh fuck yeah, nothing. And these shirts, you could probably buy this for $6.
Buddy, it's already starting to pill. I can see it.
Yeah, she ain't gonna last more than 2 washes.
I'm pretty sure in Florida too. It's like you have 3 jobs. You work at the grocery store. You're a goddamn crab fisherman tour guide. Or you fucking print merchandise for fucking tourists, right?
Yeah, there's
buy
only.
my sweater, get a free keychain, right?
Yeah, they always have a deal.
You hang out by the golf courses, and that's about all you do, right? Tan all day.
It's a good life, honestly. I've been to Florida a bunch of times, but I'm telling you, this time around, I'm like, yo, I could live here in Fort Lauderdale.
That's
anyways.
how you know you're getting old.
I could live here.
Yeah, I can get used to the leathery skin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We actually have some friends that live down in Fort Myers, which got hammered by the hurricane, totally destroyed.
Yep.
Yeah, it was funny too. Byron and Tammy, who are friends in Florida, they said that where they live on a slight uphill. So on their street, it goes 2 houses, and then it drops down into a little canyon.
Yeah.
And it's those 2 houses, them and their neighbors, were not that bad.
Okay.
Everyone else is fucked. There was boats in people's front yards. And fucking cars with this totally you open the doors and the water fucking
Just
fills out. And he goes, oh fuck, we just got a little leak in the basement and nothing. He was oh fuck,
That's extremely lucky.
Yeah.
That is lucky because I was watching footage of Fort Myers today.
Yeah.
And it was holy hell, just flattened, nothing's left.
No, yeah, it was fucked.
I couldn't believe it.
I saw that supercar pop up on my feed a bunch of times where it's this is the before, the yellow, whatever. I think
McLaren.
it's a Lotus or McLaren. Yeah.
In Fort Lauderdale or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
It was just
Fort
Myers, sorry.
decimated.
Just
yeah.
fucked.
The guy just bought it, a McLaren, and then it's just floating in the sea.
That was so Byron's neighbor just bought. I think it was a $500,000 boat. The thing was amazing.
Yeah.
And they have you gotta have the boat lifts down there because the salt just eats the boat, so you gotta raise it up. So Buddy raised it up and tried to drop it down just to hold it on, but obviously that hurricane's taken it if it wants to, right?
Oh yeah.
Fucked. The boat it ripped the whole stand, I guess the cemented mechanism that holds the boat up, the whole thing just boat's fucked. Throw out the garbage.
It sounds like a lot of people don't have insurance either.
Yeah, I was just gonna say their insurance adjusters must love them or hate them.
Yeah.
Or maybe both at the same time simultaneously, because
yeah,
that would suck.
It's billions, $50 billion in damage or something.
Yeah, it's fucked.
That's insane.
My dad was saying too, they're going down in February.
Oh yeah.
And my dad is kind of nervous Nancy about certain things. Oh fuck, we don't know if we should go. I don't know.
Yeah.
And Byron told him trust me, they need the tourists and they need everyone. He goes, they'll get it done, right? It'll be done. Come February, you're good. Don't
it's insane. I can't imagine the amount of manpower it takes to rebuild
And sweet
1,000
Bob.
houses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, an
All those
entire
cars,
island,
RVs,
right?
and boats. Like everyone has a boat.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Build a whole bunch of barges out of cement bags. All right, walk off the sand.
Yeah.
It would be pretty fucked up. Thank God that doesn't happen in Kitchener, Ontario.
Oh God.
We don't have shit like
The
that.
worst we get is like,
A little hail,
rain, a little bit
yeah,
of
some snow.
Yeah.
Never have to rebuild my house.
Yeah.
It was a downpour last night though, eh? You guys see that?
Dude, I got
No.
caught in it.
Oh, you got
Oh,
caught
yeah,
in
he
it?
was saying.
I was
Oh,
telling Dave that I went out with a couple of friends last night and taking the dog for a walk, going down to get a burrito, and
Oh yeah.
we were just talking like, what a beautiful November.
Yeah.
Like, it's
it
beautiful.
was.
I
It
was
was
in a
crazy.
t-shirt,
Yeah.
right? At like 11 at night, in
Yeah.
a t-shirt walking around, and all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, it's starting to spin a little bit.
Yeah.
And then just wham.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, let's get a cab. I'm like, I ain't getting a cab.
No.
Just run.
Yeah.
Just run for your life.
Oh yeah.
Right? And people are like all like, it's funny too. Like Luke was saying like, oh, like the fucking whores are, it's starting to rain when the whores are starting to fucking get a move on, right? Like they're all running down the street,
Yeah.
right?
Find the closest bus shelter to stand under.
Yeah.
It's
The
so
4-inch heels that you can't run in.
Yeah,
Tick, tick,
yeah,
tick, tick.
that's so funny.
That shit.
Look at those girls moving.
That's the shit I definitely don't miss about going out.
Honestly,
Like how to get home.
yeah.
Caught in the rain.
Wow, like for
We've walked
years,
many
we just
times.
walk, right?
Yeah.
Like
We
just
walked a
walk.
lot.
Oh yeah.
A couple hours to get home,
Yeah,
but
honestly.
it's only 4 a.m.
We're,
I
just,
get
we're
home.
just passing the yard. We're almost there, Nick. Let's
Yeah,
go.
oh, yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, or you would like. I remember a bunch of times since you guys live close together.
Yeah.
You would cab me to the intersection of Ottawa and River,
Yeah.
and then I would walk down Ottawa Street to my house,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then you guys would. Someone else would hop out, and someone else would hop
Yeah.
out.
Oh yeah. We do that all the time.
No, it's so funny.
Or the same thing, someone would cab near my house, and then someone had to walk the other way up Ottawa
Yeah.
Street to get up there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, you save like maybe $5.
Yeah. Looking back.
yeah.
Stupid investment, poor
Oh
investment.
yeah.
Oh, man. And I remember too, like even back then, it's like you go to the bars and you never wanted to wear a jacket because you wanted to fucking look cool for the ladies.
Oh, yeah.
And you're fucking free. Like, I'm not paying $2 for a coat jacket. You
Yeah.
fucking drunk.
Oh yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
walk home and it's like, fuck, this is cool.
I wish I had my coat.
Yeah, a coat would be nice.
I hate doing coat checking that shit though. I hate doing
Oh,
it.
I know, right?
It's principle, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah. $2, hell no.
Plus, like I don't trust them. Like they lose my coat, or actually, sorry, I don't trust myself because they lose the ticket.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I
You have
mean?
to pull out your cash to pay for the next drink, and it's like, oh.
That shit's gone, and then I don't have my coat
Put it behind
anymore.
your debit card. Put it behind the sleeve, right?
Advice too late,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Falling on deaf ears.
10 years
right?
too late.
I'm pretty sure the one night when we went out to the bar, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure, we don't want to spend a lot of money. So, I think me and David, we gave each other our wallets so we couldn't
Take out
take
money.
out more money.
Oh god.
But that obviously didn't work.
That
Like,
guy-
hey, can you take out more money for me? Yeah, sure.
Okay. What's your passcode?
Yeah.
Just stand right beside me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I beg you remember that, going to Phil's. Hey, can you just buy me some more cash? Ah, fuck it.
Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
brother. I got you.
Yeah. Well, that didn't work.
I know. You take out 80, and that's all I'm gonna spend.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then-
there's been nights where I've spent
Easily $300.
hundreds.
Yeah.
Find a girl you like, and it's like you buy drinks. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Why
I
am I
know.
doing that?
I know. You know what though? To our credit, we seldom did that. We almost never bought girls drinks.
No. Well, it's if they genuinely
Faked interest in you?
not even if they genuinely I'm not stupid, right? If they
Oh, yeah.
genuinely had interest, sure, you could probably get a drink from me. But oh yeah, we seldomly bought.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, big boy, you want to buy me a drink? Well, that depends. Can you fuck off?
Yeah, no doubt. Those guys look like they'll buy. Those guys look like they'll buy you
Go
drinks.
talk to Jeremiah over there,
Yeah,
fucking,
exactly.
pants up to his fucking chest, right?
Yeah, because I was watching all these TikTok videos of they interview girls oh, do you buy your own drinks? And they're like, ah, no
I
way.
literally just
Oh,
watched
yeah.
that.
I'm
Yeah.
like, damn, we just walk away after they're done.
Yeah, we just
after
find the
get it.
weakest boys in the bar, right?
Yeah, which is fair. It's a dog eat dog world, man. If you get
Evil
conned out of
world
a
is-
drink,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
it's your fault.
Christ.
At least it was a drink, not like a hotel room or something, right? Think of it that way.
Yeah.
Could be hundreds.
Yeah, or you get Cardi B, right? They get you to the hotel and they rob you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly.
Drug you and rob you.
Yeah.
Cardi B style.
Christ.
I don't know that story fully.
Oh, Cardi B, when she was a stripper,
Oh, okay.
she used to lure men back to hotels
Yeah.
and rob them,
Yeah.
drug them and rob them.
What?
And you know what's funny is nobody. That's some Bill Cosby shit.
Yeah.
Pretty well.
No offense. A famous woman. No one cares, really.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
give her a little slap on the wrist. Don't
I
do
know.
anything, Cardi.
It's
Right?
bullshit because and she was the one that came out and told everyone. I'm pretty sure. So it's like there's no accountability for that.
Oh, yeah,
People are
man.
still
I
blasting.
regret my decision. Oh well, if you regret it, then just
No, she was probably gloating about it, going like her stupid
Yeah.
laugh, like,
Yeah, men ain't shit.
like that, yeah.
Literally, if that
was
was anyone else, if I just like admitted to doing that right now, like, oh yeah, I remember doing something similar to that back in 2013.
What? Jail him!
yeah.
Jail that guy!
Yeah, oh yeah.
Take his house. Get him.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Kick him while he's down. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
You can't win with that shit. And then on the note of Cardi B, the least favorite Migo died.
That was the younger generation. That was the
You know what's funny
Take
too?
off.
Take
It was
off,
so
RIP.
funny. Oh, we work with a couple young guys,
Yeah.
and it's so funny. I remember talking to them like, oh, like, did you guys hear one of the Migos died?
Yeah.
And they're all, yeah, like the best Migo.
Told you.
I'm like,
Yeah.
that generation loves Takeoff. He's like a bread and butter, but like, I think I was always just Quavo, right? 'Cause
Quavo
he
was the
on
better
like,
one.
the more hit songs.
Yep.
But he goes, no, like Takeoff's the bread and butter. You know, he's always like, I didn't even know his Takeoff songs, and I couldn't name any.
No.
He had the one album.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he was so
I couldn't name a song either.
Well, I'm sure he's probably taken off now, right?
Yeah, his music's blowing up.
So Offset doesn't have kids?
No, Offset has a kid.
He does?
Offset's a kid. Yeah, he has a kid with Cardi B.
Yeah.
Oh,
Culture.
God.
His name is Culture. This guy knows nothing
I know-
about
I know
Cardi B.
nothing. I know nothing about Cardi B.
That's good, actually. I'm glad you know nothing about Cardi B.
Sorry.
Because that's a shitty. Like,
Topic,
why would you want to
person.
be? Why would you do any research into Cardi B's life?
Cardi B, I know. What's that other one now with the orange fro?
Yeah. Oh, Ice Spice.
Yeah, she's
Oh.
popular too. I don't
She's.
know why.
You know what? I like that one song, Munch.
I don't know her songs.
Oh, dude.
I just know she's relevant for some reason. I don't know why.
Drake.
Drake?
But
Ah,
dude, first of all, I'm also not up to date with Drake, even though Drake's amazing. But
Yeah.
did he just drop a new album this
he
week?
did.
Yeah.
He did.
People
I'm
like
pretty sure
it.
he's dissing. He's like
He's
a
dissing a
lot
lot
of
of
people,
people.
right?
Oh yeah.
He dissed.
Right?
He
dissed
dissed her.
Spice, right?
Yeah.
Like he made her a career that he's
Yeah.
dissing,
Yeah.
right?
And who else? too?
Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, Megan Thee Stallion.
Kanye.
Yeah,
Kanye.
Everyone got hit, and
I love
people
it.
like the album.
I don't
Honestly,
mind it. I
I
listen to like 3 or 4 songs like that, like on like a statistic like rotation right now.
Yeah.
It's Spit About You, like the one with him and 20. Oh, the whole album's him and
Yeah.
21, right? But
Oh,
like
okay.
Spit About You is good. Hours in Silence is good. I like that one. And then Pussy in Millions with him and Travis Scott. That's a good beat.
Like I say, because what the last album, I'm pretty sure was a flop because it was like
Yeah.
a
It was like bouncy,
a
and
bouncy
clubby,
fucking
yeah.
club
Yeah.
shit music. Kind
He
of.
mentions that in the
Never
new
mind.
album.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
does
did.
he? Like,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
did it flop? Like I don't think it was great.
Commercially did okay, but
Yeah.
critically not great.
Anything Drake puts out, it's always gonna hit.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't matter. But yeah,
Yeah.
I remember listening to it and I was like, I can't even finish this. I'm
No.
just-
And then Jimmy Cooks, that was the best song.
Jimmy
on the album.
Cooks
Yeah,
is good
yeah.
until 21 Savage comes on,
Yeah.
and then I turn it off.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, like, 21 Savage is a better rapper than he's ever been, like
Yeah.
technically,
That's true.
but it's way more boring
I know.
than when he was just on his Slaughter Gang, kill everybody
Oh,
shit.
Yeah.
That was funny shit.
Like X and stuff.
Yeah, when he was doing some like murder shit and he was a worse rapper.
Yeah.
The music was
Yeah.
like more
Well,
interesting.
I remember 21 did a song with J. Cole, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
What's that song called?
Yeah.
I love that. I thought
That's a
that
good song.
slapped. I
Yeah.
thought that song slapped.
Yeah, I like that song.
That's the one song. That was like his song where he's like, "Oh, 21 Savage got a little better."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
The
J. Cole really
redemption
put him on for that.
Yeah.
Well, because I'm pretty sure J. Cole was like, remember he was like doing like, all you like mumble rappers, and he's like attacking all those guys. But
Yeah.
then I think he's like, 21 actually ain't bad. Like I'm pretty sure earlier he's like, 21's a fucking bum. I'm pretty sure, and then
He probably was. He had kind of attacked that whole wave,
that
right?
whole
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
but 21
generation.
Savage was like less in it because he didn't have the hair and the
No, exactly.
color hair and
Yeah, the
everything,
bullshit,
right?
right.
He was not as good of a. He was equally shitty of a rapper as the SoundCloud wave, but he wasn't really on the SoundCloud wave. He was on the gang shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't on the drug shit.
You
No.
ever watched that video? Oh, fuck, what was it? This was years back. I'm pretty sure it was 21 Savage. And then like they do like a video of him and he's like talking extremely proper. And he's got like a collared shirt
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
And he goes, he's
Like old Englishman style.
yeah, and he's like
Yeah.
using like big sophisticated words and shit. And I remember No, but yeah, he's like using like big sophisticated words and shit like that.
Because he's British.
Yeah.
Yeah. he was gonna get deported back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
they had
pretty
him in the
much
ice
what
camp. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were ready to send his ass back to the UK, which wouldn't even have been the end of the world for him because he can still have a
Really? Still,
career.
yeah.
Yeah, you still have all your millions. Like,
He just couldn't tour in America, which is probably a big deal.
For
I
sure.
guess.
Yeah.
It was funny too. I remember when me and Dave went down to Italy. Do you remember like Rag & Bone Man, Italy's bread and butter, right? Signor Rag & Bone Man. Like, who the fuck is this, right?
Yeah,
It's
that's
everywhere. You're
I
in the
know.
Roman Coliseum and they're blaring Rag and Bone Man. We're like, what the hell's going on here?
yeah, because then that like it was every time you enter. It was like the biggest song. I don't remember what it's called
But
now.
it never hit. It never hit where we were, right?
It took a bit. It never hit as big. It wasn't near as big.
Like, yeah, when we were in Italy, Rag and Bone Man. You go to the.
You ever heard of him?
Yeah.
Never heard of him, boys. Never heard of
It
him.
was the only song they played in
I'm
Rome.
only human.
Yeah, I'm only you. You would know the song. It's like a radio hit. It's still on the radio.
Oh, I do know that song.
I'm only
Yeah.
human
Yes.
after all.
You couldn't go anywhere. Go into a pizza parlor in Italy and they're blasting Rag and Bone Man.
I just want my cheese slice, brother. Let me out. I don't want to listen to this shit.
I don't give a shit about Senor Rag and Bone Man. Give me my fucking pizza and panzerottis and fuck up.
Yeah. Jeez. Italy's probably has some good pizza, eh?
Who?
Italy? You guys get lots
Yeah,
of pizza in
yeah,
Italy?
we had lots of
Oh,
pizza.
dude.
We only ate Italian. Actually, we had McDonald's one time.
Oh.
We had McDonald's. Maybe.
Oh,
Is it true that is it true that they serve wine at the McDonald's in
I
Italy?
don't think so. Not that when we were there. I don't think.
They might. I don't speak Italian.
Yeah, that's the thing. We don't know the words.
Don't know the words. I just go. Big Mac.
Yeah,
Hi,
and the thing is,
please.
we were at the train station in like where was that? Naples, in the train station, and they have a McDonald's in there.
Yeah.
And the combo I wanted was a number 4 combo.
Okay.
So I went, can I get a number 4 combo?
Okay.
And they thought I wanted 4 number
Yeah.
4 combos,
Yeah.
and they gave me 4 of them.
Yeah.
And I said, bro,
So it's like what, $60?
yeah, but I didn't pay for it.
Yeah.
I think I got to keep the food
Yeah,
though.
like you just put a little bit. No. Like you're right.
I was like, man, I just want one number 4, but I don't speak the language, and
Yeah.
I don't blame them either. They
What's
don't
funny
speak
too,
English.
like even me and Dave, we were like set on like doing like kind of excursions, but on our own.
Yeah.
But the only way you do that is get on that like it was like a big metro train, right? But I remember the first time we were in that train station, we're like, dude, how the fuck do we wanted to go to the Mediterranean Sea,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
how the fuck do we get there? And we're talking to like I don't even know what they call them, conductors, just people that like serve the
Train engineer?
Station.
The station,
Yeah.
the station
No, like this
people.
platform
And
guy.
it's
Oh, like the attendants or whatever?
Yeah.
Go up and it's like no English, no English. And it's like, dude, like me and Dave just won it. Like, you know what? We're gonna buy one of these passes and just pray to fuck it takes us to our destination.
Yeah.
Well,
Honestly, it wasn't the easiest system though. Once
it
we
was
did
easy.
once-
If we spoke Italian, it would have been so easy.
Oh yeah.
But there was like 4 or 5 different, maybe 3 to 5 different train brands, and they all run independently.
Okay.
And you go to these machines, and you pick where you want to go, the train you want to take.
There was no one to talk to. Like you have to
Yeah.
buy it off the machine, right?
So we did figure it out. I think there probably must have been an English option, or we just knew the cities and we could read the times.
You can read the map or whatever.
It was a good train
Or, like,
ride to that place,
Oh,
though.
dude, it's sick.
I forget what it was called. No, Anzo or something.
Anzio.
Anzio, yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Nice.
pretty cool.
Yeah, that was sick.
The train is pretty fucking good way to get around, especially like those things, man. They're pretty quick.
That was like when my parents went. That was like them. I remember telling them like you gotta use the train system because it's like a flawless system.
Yeah.
Like it worked great for us.
Yeah.
And my parents did the same thing. They
Yeah.
fucking went to Florence, Pompeii. Like
Oh,
it's just
sick.
like a one-shot fucking pony. Like you just
Yeah.
fucking get on and it like tells you, like, oh, you'll get there by this exact time. And the train's there like to the minute.
Yeah.
It's not like our fucking transit system where it's like, you know
Don't
what I
get me
mean?
started about LRT.
Waiting for the bus for goddamn 45 minutes. Like for fuck's sakes, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be late coming into work.
Yeah.
Missed my train
Sorry,
again.
boys. Yeah.
Well, hit another car.
Yeah.
You know, like every week there's something new with that.
I know. That's the thing. That people are still getting used to the light rail transit in Kitchener.
Yeah.
It's
and
been
then
going
they
for
built
years.
that $2 million shelter to like make sure they could excavate it during the winter, like all the road.
Oh.
It was like a moving shelter, and then by the time they finished it, it was like summer or like spring already. I was like, this is
Yeah.
a waste of money.
They're always behind on shit like that.
Oh yeah, Bombardier and like delays and stuff. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
People hate that.
I was gonna say too. Did you guys have lots of people for Halloween?
I had way more than I've ever had.
I wasn't handing out candy. I lived in an apartment, right? So
Oh,
it's kinda-
I guess that's fair. You probably had no one come to your house.
No.
Maybe people in the building or something, right?
I
But-
hope not, right?
Oh, fuck.
I had like a young lady. This is the last person. I was about to take my dog out for.
You're taking Harlow out? You
I was
said?
about to take Harlow out for a walk,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, one more person. And then this like I don't know. I thought she was like 17 maybe.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
She had black nails and she was like kind of like TikTok emo.
Okay.
And she was like, so she was like a stylish, I thought maybe 17-year-old, 16-year-old. She came to the door, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna lie, I was a few beers in, so I was just
Okay.
chilling big time.
Yeah.
Opened the door, and she's like, hey! I'm like, oh, trick or treat, here you go, take as much candy as you want. I was just giving candy out.
Yeah. Of course. Get rid of it. Right?
Get rid of it.
Oh yeah. By the handful.
I ended up throwing out a lot of it, because it was
Right.
just terrible candy.
Just eat it, right?
I tried to eat it, man. It was these like marshmallow candies I bought at the dollar store.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like
Or some shit.
Little
shit,
peeps.
like shitty
They're handing out
peeps.
peeps to kids. And
They were
melted
peep-
in their bag.
Yeah, dude, you open them up and the whole thing just falls apart in the
Yeah.
bag. So I threw them in the garbage, but I gave her a handful. But I'm not gonna lie. In retrospect, she just wanted to like come and talk to me. I think
Really?
Or didn't want
because she
candy,
didn't
though.
give a fuck about the candy. Like she grabbed a handful of candy, like 3 or 4 of them, like that.
Yeah.
And then I said, "Take more, take more." She's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you wanted candy, you would be like, "Hell yeah!"
Yeah,
She
oh,
didn't
yeah.
have a bag or anything. She had like a frisbee.
Oh,
What?
yeah, didn't give a shit about the candy. Right?
Yeah.
Frisbee.
When I opened the door, she had the frisbee covering her face because she was like shy or something.
Okay.
And then she's like, "Oh, my name is," I won't say her name. She's like, "My name is this," and I moved in 2 doors down,
Okay.
and I never, I'm introducing myself.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, I'm David. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Take some more candy."
Yeah.
Because in my mind, I'm like just thinking that
Yeah,
it's
that's what
trick or
you want.
treating.
Oh,
You want
yeah.
candy. And then she was like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, "Okay, well, have a good night."
Well, hold on.
Yeah, and then I got in there. I'm like, and then I heard her and another girl giggling outside my house.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, they just came in and talked to me. Like
Yeah.
they probably dared her to come up to my
Check
door.
the ring light, right?
Yeah.
I know I should have. And then by the time I thought, like I said, I was a couple in. So
yeah.
by the time I thought of that, the history is so bad on the ring light. Like you can't. It like erases history in a couple hours,
Oh, shit.
which is stupid.
That is,
Yeah.
that's kind of pointless.
And
right?
they don't have a save history thing. You have to screen record it yourself.
That's
Oh.
actually, that's actually
Shit.
dumb.
It's shit. Yeah, shit. So
Hook it up to like an external hard drive or something. Like be like, hey, like,
I don't know if you can. Maybe there's like some hack to do it, but it goes to my phone, my Google Home.
yeah,
I don't know. It's not as good as I thought it was gonna
flawed
be.
system for sure.
It's good though. It's like pretty good quality image, and at nighttime you can see all kinds
Yeah,
of
that's
shit.
true.
The audio is crazy good actually,
Nice.
but otherwise the saving is not that good.
Yeah, like so like, I guess it's big. I'm not sure if you guys heard about this. Like, you guys hear what happened in South Korea?
Yeah,
People,
that's
like-
insane.
Like 150 people, like or something like that, trampled to fucking death in this Halloween party.
No way.
Yeah, like they had like a huge banger of a Halloween party. Like, guy I work with is from Korea.
Yeah.
Hold that thought. We gotta fucking stop this again. Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like, so yeah, a guy I work with is from Korea. And
Yeah.
You know, do you hear what happened in Korea? I'm like, no. And it's like I think I'm more like since I've been working with him, I'm like more like
Korean?
inspired. But like, man, I'm more Korean, right? I'm like part Korean now. I feel right.
Yeah.
But right?
Culture appropriation.
So what's going on in Korea today?
Culture
Exactly.
appropriation here.
No, it interests me, right? He goes, yeah, like like people were trampled to goddamn death.
Christ.
And I was like, fuck. Like, I immediately thought of that movie, Superstar, if you've ever seen it. It's like, that was the whole premise of the movie.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
It was like trampled to death. and
Yeah.
shit. Like, I'm like, Jesus Christ, 150 people just trampled to death.
That's
But no one cared. It's like, it was Halloween time. There's people lying in the streets. And everyone's just like, this guy gets it. Right?
You're dead!
Yeah, right? He's faking being dead. Like, no, the guy's fucking brains like crushed it and shit, right? Like, it was fucked up.
Thousands of people left the bars at the exact same time,
Yeah, so
and anyone that was out there got crushed.
Now I get
if you slept, because I guess there's like a slight hill, and everyone is gonna flood out of the bars and sort of coming down. If you lost your footing, you're done. You're
Man,
dead.
that's gotta be like one of the worst ways to die.
Oh yeah,
Like you're just laying down, trying to like
it's
stand
just
up.
that you just
Yeah,
That's what I
you're-
mean, but then you're just stepped on like repetitively until you're just dead.
Yeah.
And people are like, well, think about it. People are like, whoops,
yeah.
like just crushing you as they go.
Like,
Yeah.
what did they say? Like I think they said like it was like 100,000 people or something. Like I'm not sure the number.
It was a lot. It was thousands of people.
Thousands. Like
In like one little district of, like bar district.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was Seoul. I think it's Seoul, which is the capital.
That's
capital of
capital, yeah.
Korea, right? Like just people get absolutely destroyed, right?
But it was the type of thing like no one did anything for 2 years,
Right.
a couple years,
Oh, well, I get it, right? Like,
and everyone went out and they were
Yeah.
just excited and they killed a bunch of people.
which is crazy. 'Cause, like, even for like I live in Waterloo district, like University district, and it wasn't even bad.
Wasn't that busy?
No, like the people were partying. Like I'm not gonna say people weren't partying, but it was no different than at COVID times. Like,
Yeah.
no one gave. And I said to you, like, you know what? If I get any kids, I'm up on candy because I live in University district. But if God forbid somebody comes to my house, I'm gonna give them like
Throw 'em a-
Pop Tarts.
Throw them a 20 or something.
Whatever. Give the parents a beer. Like all I have is beer and cheese and
Yeah.
Pop Tarts.
He does love
Right?
his cheese. Oh, yeah.
So, but literally, I'm like, not one. I was like, yeah, whatever. I don't give a fuck, right? But,
Yeah, there's probably not too many children living in your area, right? Maybe behind
no,
you.
it's like they're all behind. Like,
Yeah,
there's
I
a
can see
lot
behind.
of
The
children
suburbs,
behind,
right? Yeah,
right? But
suburbs, yeah.
it's like parents. Don't you dare go on
Come
the
on.
main street, right?
Well,
It's
that's-
too
yeah.
busy, right?
That's
So-
fair. There's like
yeah.
100 cars flying by.
Yeah, exactly.
Even with those little bike meridian things too, doesn't matter.
Oh,
yeah,
for sure.
People are gonna be pissed. They're like, oh yeah, get away from the road, Timmy.
Yeah, oh yeah. Like my lights were on all night. Didn't care, right? Like, yeah, the kid comes at goddamn 9 o'clock.
Tim, you idiot! Get away from the road.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, shiny car.
Yeah. We never get kids just because like nobody wants to come to my. You know how many people walk down the other side of street?
Oh,
I
yeah.
just gave away my street. You know how many times, how many people walk down the other side of my road?
Yeah, yeah.
And they had costumes on, and I had like my lights on. I put a sign out front, trick or treat.
Oh, yeah.
I wrote it with a marker,
Oh yeah.
and it looked creepy, super
what was
creepy.
That?
It was better than that. It was better than that, but similar.
Oh
It
Christ.
was funny. I remember. So when was it? So yeah, like, we had Halloween, and then nothing, and then I'm pretty sure, like, I guess it would have been a Friday. So what was Friday? Like November
Fourth.
4th or some shit like that.
Yep.
And I remember, Becca got drunk with her friends on Friday night, and I went and picked her up, and by the time we get home, and like she wanted food and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
By the time we got home, go to bed, whatever like that. I'm fucking hot. I'm like butt ass naked, just sleeping, and she's drunk and she's sleeping, and someone smashes on her door at 1 o'clock in the morning.
On November 4th?
Yeah, November 4th. So
Okay.
just smashing on her door, and we both were just like, what the hell? Becca's drunk. I'm got my
Naked.
goddamn bird out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck, what do I do? Becca she's been drinking,
Yeah.
ready to rumble. Like, just down the steps. I'm like, fuck, like the roles are reversed, right? I'm sitting in bed just like this. Who's here? She flies
Scampering
down-
away.
Flies down the steps, like, who's there? Like, open the doors up and shit. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, what am I gonna do? I got my fucking bird out just sitting there, right? Like,
Throw on your house robe, right?
yeah, I wish I had one. Don't got one, right?
Oh, okay.
That's Hugh Hefner shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, who was it?
No, I don't know. I want to say it was our neighbors. Just pause.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
we got
take a
this.
piss because I have a medical condition. I'll be back.
Making it sound like
Yeah.
you have to take cranberry juice every 2 seconds, right?
Pomegranate juice.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. All that stuff works.
Sorry.
People look at you funny when you ask for a cranberry cocktail.
Yeah,
No, I
yeah.
just like the taste. Right?
Honestly, yeah. It was funny. We went to checking out like wedding venues and shit during
Right.
the week.
Yeah,
right?
that was
Right.
cool.
We did that, and we went to St. Jacobs.
Okay.
It was weird too. Like we're going through all the venues and stuff like that, and the one that we ended up choosing, which is where I ended up used to work.
Nice.
Which is funny as
Yeah.
fuck, right? So, but we were looking at like the beer, like the menu.
Okay.
Because I remember Jordan's Warden, like they had some sick stuff
It was
there.
good
right?
choices. Yeah.
So,
Shout out Jordan. Nico.
yeah, sort of
Yeah.
Jordan, Nika. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
you guys killed it with the boost selection.
Yeah.
But we're there, and it's like kind of like a weird because I think Block 3, which is the St.
yeah.
Jacobs Brewery,
Yes.
is there. So all of it's like I don't know what you call like IPA
I guess. Yeah.
and shit, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you don't
Like
know
your craft beer.
Yeah,
Craft beer.
yeah, and it's
Yeah,
Coors Lights, like Mickey Mouse, Social Brown, like
Yeah,
whatever,
something like
weird
that.
names. You don't know what you're gonna get.
Yep.
Which is kind of cool in a sense. He's go up and give me a beer. Like you don't know what you're getting, right?
No.
So like, I kind of think that's kind of cool because you don't know what you're gonna get. But it's like, oh man, like I'm looking at the drink menu and I'm just like, yeah, like there's nothing really I don't really know, like Aperol Spritz, all this fancy stuff. I'm like, I wasn't even sure what that was.
Yeah.
So I'm like, huh, interesting. Because I know at Jordan's, it was just everything was easy, right? Like,
Yeah. Straight
vodka
up.
sevens and stuff like that. So
Yep. Rum
I
and
remember,
Coke.
like, before we even picked, like, before we confirmed, me and my dad both were just like, yo, can you just confirm, like, the open bars, like, we can get, like, I was also thinking, too, like, if I can bring my own.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause,
Yeah.
like, right? They got the license to serve. If I
Yep.
buy my own shit,
Booze, yeah,
right?
you guys
Hey,
serve it,
serve
go
this
ahead.
as well. If people want some of it,
Yeah.
this, right? Because, yeah,
Why
like,
not?
we were looking at the drink menu, and we're just like, yeah, like, I'm not familiar with any of these drinks, right? Because
No,
all
exactly.
craft. It's all craft beer, right?
And that's the thing too. Like, craft beer is cool and all for like those type of drinkers because like that's all they'll buy.
Oh yeah.
Like the support local dudes. Like
Yeah.
they're like, hey, yeah, this is what I want to drink. Give me this, whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
but like for the average like consumer, it's
Not
like,
thinking like me and you,
I don't
right?
know
Like
that,
I'm
yeah.
just light beer.
light
good
beer. All right, cool.
Yeah,
You got
yeah.
a Michelob? What?
Oh,
Oh no,
yeah,
never heard of that.
fuck. Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, right?
It's like when you go to like Ribbon Beer Fest, right? Same thing.
yeah.
You go there, you get that little cup, and they're like, here you go. What do you want? And I'm like, I don't know, like the light beer, the
Yeah.
4.2. That looks good. Yeah.
I always just ask you, like, whatever the clearest beer you have.
Yeah,
If it's
yeah.
black, I don't want it.
Yeah, and then they look at you like funny. They're like, "Oh,
Yeah, we went to our friends. I was an MC at Ali and Liam's wedding.
Yep.
Shout out to Ali and Liam as well.
Yep.
I went to their wedding and we went out for our rehearsals dinner.
Yeah,
And the same thing. They had craft beers and stuff like that, and you know, you could get a tray of miscellaneous, like
a flight of 4.
Yeah, like pick 4, whatever. And all the parents, you gotta have this, you gotta have this. But every time you saw it, it looked like a black cauldron of sludge. What is this?
Yeah.
So it's like coffee mixed with, I don't even know. Yeah. It is just black. It looked like a little witch cauldron.
Yeah.
It was like, you know what? Last drink of the night, we'll try one. Like me and my brother will split one.
Yeah.
And it comes down, and it was just one of, he takes a sip. Anyone else want this? Nope.
Yeah, throw it over your shoulder. Yeah. Oh, cheers!
Everyone like, this is the best drink we've had in our entire lives.
Oh my god.
You guys are fucking crazy, right? Like,
no kidding.
It was like thick too. Like it was like it's not even like the consistency of beer. It was almost like
gelatinous,
like diluted syrup almost, like corn syrupy. Like it was thick.
Ew.
Yeah, like
I would not like that.
I don't know. I'm a huge texture person too. So oh my god, hell no. Right?
Like there's very few beers that I don't like. I'll give the old college try, right? Like I'll try it, but I'm not gonna finish it. Like what's it called? Like Guinness is pretty heavy for me. That's the heaviest beer I've had.
Yeah, honestly.
Like Rickard's Red, I don't mind.
But it's like one of those things too. Like if I have it, like I do enjoy beers, but it's like I can't drink Tall Boy. Even this is right. But Coors Light, I can do these all day. But if it's a Tall Boy of like Guinness or something heavy, I don't think I can do it. If you give me a normal can, I'll drink it. This is shit. Yeah. I'll finish it. Like don't give this to me ever again, right?
Yeah. Don't disrespect me or my family.
Yeah. Honestly, right?
Oh yeah. It happens to the best of us, right?
Honestly.
I don't know, with being like at the bar and stuff, it's kind of funny because like you'll see people like we went to it's this new venue downtown Kitchener beside Bobby's. It's called the Wax. It used to be it used to be the Wax. It's not called the Hub.
It's different
for
now.
Halloween.
Okay.
Yeah, so they've redone like upstairs and stuff. It's a different venue.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But their Halloween drink was like, it was kind of cool. It was like a little like medicine bag, like you know, like those IV bags.
IV bag drips, whatever.
Yeah, it was one of those.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was like and it was red, so it looked like a bag of
blood or whatever. That's actually cool, right? See, that's good, right? That's a good sales pitch on Halloween, right? Like,
exactly. It was
don't even know what that is when I'm buying it, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I was like, I want one of those, and then got one of those, and then they had they did shots.
Okay.
Where they did shots in little syringe plungers.
That's cool.
So they gave it to you, right? They're like, here you go. This is like vodka sourpuss, whatever.
Yeah.
Red sourpuss. Looks like it's like a blood shot, right? So
yeah. Well, I remember talking, like, I work with a bunch of young boys. Like, we're going to the bars, and they're like, we're going to, I can't even think of the names. Because, like, what's one? Dive Bar.
Yeah, and that's Becky's now.
Yeah. But, like, back when we used to go to the bar, it's like, let's go to Starlight. Let's go to, but it's like, what the fuck is that? Those places?
Yeah.
Or like, it took forever for me to remember. Like, it used to be like the old McCabe's, and then it was something else, and now it's Prohibition.
Oh yes.
Remember, because that went through like 10 different name changes.
Yeah.
And all these guys are like, like we only know the drink. I'm like, the drink? Like that was night school a couple years ago, and I was like, what was before night school? It was something else too.
Beta? No, that was another place.
Beta was Urban Culture.
What was it?
So Beta is now Urban Culture, right?
Yes.
Is that right? Yeah. So
what was it prior to that? I don't even know.
Because we've been there. Right?
Yeah, night school?
Yeah, but it wasn't night school. It was something else.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah.
But it was night school fairly early on in our bar times, you know? But it was something else.
Yeah.
I don't recall.
No, but even then, like everything, like we're going to Kentucky. I'm like, Kentucky? Like, what the fuck is that? Like, it's like a new bar.
That was like, what was Kentucky before?
I don't even think that building existed.
It was a convenience store. It was a convenience store.
Oh, it was.
It's beside the Mr. Sub.
Yeah,
that
across the street.
Okay.
From Mr. Sub.
It was that convenience store, like Hasty Market.
Maybe Hasty Market's right.
It was funny, right?
Yeah,
Renovated and then they just got the inside, right?
Yeah, I heard that place is sick.
It looks nice. I've only seen it through the glass, but it looks fucking nice inside.
Okay, yeah.
All wood.
Yeah.
One of the best bars I've been to in time, like now that we're older, it's like it's hard for me to find a place I enjoy. But that one place you went to, was it Guelph or was it that place? Was
Royal
sick.
Electric.
Royal Electric, yeah.
That place,
a bit older crowd.
Yeah, it was an older, more sophisticated.
That was like 3 years ago now.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But then you walk in like, how do you do? You handsome dog?
Yeah.
I like this place.
You want to join the club? Hey, welcome to the club.
Yeah, exactly.
Beautiful people.
Welcome to the right. Yeah, exactly, right? Wow, and you're beautiful. Doors magically open for you.
Yeah, I just went to take a piss, and just for some history, the bathroom's been flooded all morning.
Yeah.
but I didn't do
He's
anything
a
about
plumber,
it.
He refuses to fix it.
I didn't do anything about
Not
it
your
because it's not my responsibility.
Yeah.
But I went there and they had like those sandbag things, like trying to protect
Oh,
the
yeah.
lockers.
He was literally just talking about
Yeah.
that.
But shit's not even leaking anymore, right? It's just like the residual water from prior.
Yeah.
And she's like, sorry, it shut down. I'm like, if I fix that toilet, can I use it? She's like, you can try. I'm like, okay. I fixed it. And I'm like, all right, get out. I gotta fix. I'm like, I can't not.
Yeah, honestly.
I'm like, I'll fix this toilet in 2 seconds, but I get to use it.
Yeah, of course. What, he pissed in the sink, right? Get out of here.
Yeah, as soon as she walked away, I would have pissed in the sink. I would have pissed in whatever I had to.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You're not locking the door, so.
It's so funny too. It's like, I'll piss at you. Right? I've done that too. Like, oh, toilet's busted. Like, you think that's gonna stop? I gotta piss, dude. It's a human nature. I'm going to the sink if I gotta, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
If I gotta go, I gotta go.
yeah.
Right, I'm not fucking. I'll go outside, piss on my own truck wheel if I have
Yeah,
to.
honestly,
my rims will be yellow by the end of
Jurassic
today.
Park Pete, right? Jurassic Park guy. And he's like gets caught in the toilet.
Oh, yeah.
Rest in peace. I don't even know what the guy's name is.
Me neither, right?
Blood sucking lawyer. That's
Yeah,
what they refer to him
pretty
as, right?
I don't think he had a name.
No,
did
he didn't. Yeah, the blood sucking lawyer. That's it.
You're probably right.
Honestly, yeah, he didn't have a name. But it's funny. Did you guys end up watching that Dahmer miniseries?
I did. I
Yeah,
loved
dude,
it.
I fucking thought that was sick.
It's so good.
So good.
And then I watched the tapes too, like the real
Oh,
deal.
yeah, I did too, right? It's so funny too, but it's like, like everyone, like, they did such a good job. I was like, they did a good job, like, but you get all these people, like they're glamorizing his murders, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, no, they fucking didn't. They portrayed him as a goddamn monster, and he was.
Yeah, he was a terrible man in the
He was a-
movie. I don't know who's sitting there thinking he was a good guy.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
I think they just hate the fact that, like, they're making profit off stuff like that, but, like, people love that shit. Like,
Yeah. As
I
soon as
love
it, like,
watching-
it gains traction, that's all
yeah,
they care about. Yeah.
I thought it was so interesting.
It's just angry people that
Oh,
need
yeah.
to be angry about
Yeah.
everything all the
Yeah,
time.
Yeah, like me and Becca watched it, and like we were so into it, and it's like, I'm sitting there on my phone, like, you know what? Like, I don't really know. I didn't know. Like, I know Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, I didn't know
he
shit.
did, but
Yeah.
like, just out of curiosity, I want to
Yeah.
know more because
Check
it
it out.
was interesting, right?
Yeah, I get it.
So like we're watching it, and I'm on my phone, and it's like that Leonardo DiCaprio, like look.
Oh,
Right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
Right, like that actually happened, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They ended up tearing that building down.
Yeah.
Like the city was like, fuck it, we can't even
No,
salvage
yeah,
this
yeah.
shit.
What
Yeah.
building?
In the building that he lived in
Oh,
this
his house?
apartment building.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I guess they had this thing where the building they lived in, like what he did was so fucked up, like no one's living in here.
No one would
Right.
live there.
He was
Okay.
cooking bodies and shit. Like, to
Yeah,
burn it down.
that's messed up.
And then I guess the one lady, what's her name?
Yeah, the
It's like
neighbor?
last
The
surviving-
neighbor, and I feel bad for remembering
Yeah,
forgetting.
I don't know her
but-
name.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Glennis or something.
Yeah, I don't remember it. But she's like, you know what? Like, they should be like some kind of monument built in the area just for like the victims. And
I wouldn't want
families.
that.
But then that's what everyone wanted.
I
right?
wouldn't want that.
Dan doesn't want that in his
You walk by
neighborhood.
every day, and you just gotta remember.
And you
it.
see
Yeah,
your
exactly.
dead,
Like,
all the
what
dead.
guy?
I, even to this
Get outta
day,
here.
because I checked it out. Even this day, like you pull it up on Google Maps, it's
Okay.
just a fucking. They did nothing.
Empty lot.
It's a lot.
It's just a lot.
Good.
Just
Where-
a lot. Yeah.
It doesn't help that it's in Milwaukee and like it's not a booming place.
No.
So like nothing will probably be built there forever.
Forever. Yeah.
If that was in Waterloo, they'd say screw Jeffrey Dahmer. We're building condos, brother.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They build on freaking native remains, buddy. They don't
Yeah.
care.
Oh,
Yeah.
Anything.
Dig it up.
Did they get the tape out?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll fit.
Yeah.
I think it was just like it was cool that it was in Milwaukee because you don't see shit about Milwaukee.
Right.
And it was like you
I think that's the only interesting thing that ever happened in Milwaukee.
Shout out the
Honestly.
Bucks. Shout out the Bucks.
The Bucks,
They
yeah.
won the championship.
Yeah.
Right?
Did they win one?
Yeah.
Oh, like a couple
Giannis
years ago.
Antetokounmpo
Yeah,
won.
Giannis, right?
Yeah.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Giannis
Giannis
Middleton.
his name is?
Chris Middleton and
Yeah.
Chris Middleton.
I forget the other guy, but whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
So two in Milwaukee's history, they've had two interesting things, and one
Yeah.
of them just fucking god awful, right?
Yeah.
Dude, but that guy is a good fucking actor.
Hell of a.
Oh, dude.
He is, yeah.
I
Like,
fucking love Evan Peters.
He's done a lot of shit.
It's just true. Like if you watch, like, I think he's done like some like
1 sec, pause.
no, but yeah, like yeah, Evan Peters, he does like all like these like weird, these eerie characters. But
he was Quicksilver.
He's Quicksilver too.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I mean. He was Quicksilver. He did some more
American Horror Story. He's like
Yeah.
the main guy in that show.
Yeah, and
That's a creepy show.
He
Yeah.
plays some messed up. Like, dude, that guy's a phenomenal
Yeah,
actor.
he
I don't
can
care what
act.
anyone
He's
says.
getting typecasted for it, though, right?
He's over it.
Yeah.
He's
He
over it.
doesn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, he doesn't want to do it
He
anymore.
doesn't want to do what?
Well, when they
It's like method acting, right? Like,
Yeah.
You don't want to get stuck in that like role of.
he
like,
says he wants to play a normal person. He wants to do a rom-com.
Yeah.
But then they offered him Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't see him in this normal.
Normal role,
He's like,
yeah.
he's like, yo, like you're the eerie guy. Like, you're
Yeah.
the weird guy. Even he was in Kick-Ass, right?
Yeah, he's in
Yeah, that's
Kick-Ass.
right. That's
he was
right.
the weird
Yeah.
friend in Kick-Ass, right?
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good show.
Yeah.
Or movie, sorry.
Yeah, I watched that the other night again.
It's just funny because too, like I'm Kick-Ass and that guy both play Quicksilver, MCU version.
That's true. That's true.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Kick-Ass himself is
Yeah.
also Quicksilver.
Quicksilver, the
But-
one that catches those bullets, right?
Really?
So
Yeah,
then
Age
there's
of
there's the
Ultron.
Fox one, and then there's the Marvel one.
Oh, no
And
way.
One of them is the Fox. He's the
Yeah,
Fox one,
he's
right?
the X-Men version.
Yeah,
of
I knew that. I knew the
Quicksilver.
X-Men
And then
one,
Kick-Ass is
Yeah.
the MCU version.
the
Yeah.
Petro or
But
whatever.
they met. They remember it.
But
Did you ever watch WandaVision? If
I
you
did,
yeah. watch it.
Yeah,
They ended up
spoiler.
crossing the bridge.
Yeah,
right?
that was really cool.
Right, they crossed it over and they called him whatever his name was in the MCU. What was his name in the MCU? I don't fucking remember.
I thought it was Quicksilver. You mean his
But
real?
his actual
like-
Oh, I have
yeah,
no
it's like
idea.
Pedro.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
His name
it.
is
Hold on.
Pedro.
Hey,
Petro.
one sec.
Yeah,
One sec.
Pedro.
Let them go. Let them go by.
Oh.
You can't hear much with these mics, but still, I don't want to risk it.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
But the mics do pretty good, but okay, go ahead.
Yeah, but yeah. They like it was kind of what cool they did. They kind of like they crossed over.
Spoilers.
I think that was
Yeah.
like the first crossover kind of thing they did from the Fox universe into the.
Yeah.
I guess that's a way
Well-
of explaining it.
They did. Oh yeah, I think you're right. It was first because I was gonna say Multiverse Madness.
Yeah, it was before Multiverse of
Yeah.
Madness, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
that was like the first time they introduced an X-Men. He isn't a goddamn X-Men.
Yeah, he's mute.
That
for
was
sure.
like they crossed over the X-Men into that
Yeah.
universe kind of thing, right?
At some point, they just keep making. So the next X-Men movie is still gonna be Fox, Warner Brothers, or whatever, right? Fox is making it. Like it's not a Marvel movie,
no,
right?
I don't think so.
If they keep making movies, they can continue to hold on to the.
The continuity of it.
Yeah. If they stop making the movies for so long, it goes back to Marvel.
Yeah.
But they just keep
They
making them.
gotta keep doing them, yeah. Like what's the next one? They got,
Just to hang on to the rights. That's all
yeah,
they're doing.
like,
Yeah.
I remember it was one of those things like you watch something you get kind of excited about it. I remember watching. I was at work and I was watching like Deadpool 3 trailer.
Yes.
But it wasn't really a trailer. It was
No.
like Ryan Reynolds like sitting on a
On a
couch,
couch.
like talking about shit.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm like, this is fucking dumb. This isn't a goddamn trailer.
And then.
And then, hey, Hugh, you want to play Wolverine again?
Yeah.
No fucking way. And you just like see Hugh walk
Walk up the
background.
steps. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
No.
no way. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, the guys that came out of retirement like goddamn like 3 times now for goddamn Wolverine.
But how did that work for Spider-Man? Because Fox gave them Spider-Man to use.
I think the character rights were arbitrarily acquired or something like that, and that's how they were able to do
Or
it.
Sony, I guess, right?
Yes, it was Sony.
Oh yeah, okay.
Is Sony do Wolverine too?
No.
That's
No,
Fox.
Fox.
So confusing,
Yeah,
man.
what, it's
Yeah.
so
Marvel
much-
kind of fucked up in the early days.
Dude,
they
selling
had
these
to sell
off.
it off, right?
They had
Dude,
to
they
do-
sold. If you go back, I think Marvel offered them the rights to almost every major character.
Yeah, they
But
tried.
Sony was like, like Iron Man.
Yeah, yeah.
Who wants to watch? We'll give you the same deal for one.
We just want Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yeah.
What? Just take all of them.
Yeah.
Put them on the back burner.
To be fair,
And
like
Hulk too. and
Yeah, they have
started
Hulk. They have Hulk. Yeah.
you had this. Oh yeah, they have Hulk too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You have to see the Vision.
I guess.
That's
Yeah.
not a Marvel pun either.
Yeah.
No,
But
no,
you have
I
to be able to like those people. They didn't have any idea that Iron Man was going to carry $1 trillion worth of movies.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
What's funny too, like even said, like once Iron Man bit the dust and whatever that movie was, Endgame.
Yeah.
I'm like that whole universe.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
because
just
they got
dumb.
rid of Steve Rogers too, right?
No, like Ironheart,
Yeah, they
a
got.
12-year-old prepubescent child with fucking,
I know.
fuck that.
It's shit now. I'm not gonna
That's
lie.
gonna
my
drag
God.
us back into the woke.
I know,
thing,
we're
right?
back into woke.
Don't get me started.
It's all woke. That's a
Yeah,
problem.
don't get me started
They-
with that shit.
It's my favorite topic.
I know.
But I said last time I was gonna cut it back on the woke, but I'm just fucking
It's
can't
so easy to get
sometimes.
stuck
Oh,
into the circle of hate, right?
I know.
Every topic just gets sucked back into that.
I'm
right?
trying not to be angry, but
Yeah.
dude, if
People
you
like
guys
seeing you angry.
have you, yeah, I know people love to watch an angry guy on the internet.
Well, yeah.
Have you guys been following the Twitter shit?
What Twitter shit?
Oh, with Elon.
Elon finally
Musk.
purchased it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Did you guys see the fake guys that got laid off at the box?
Yeah, Ligma Johnson.
And
You see, he walked into the Twitter headquarters
With the sink?
with the sink.
I
Let
love
that sink in.
Let that sink in. I'm like,
The
dude,
guy-
that guy's a fucking legend, right?
You know, it's
they
hard.
always say take everything in the sink, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or it's like that guy is legitimately like you can't. I don't know. Maybe he has some evil intention. I just don't see it.
I don't
Like he
see
just wants people to speak freely on the internet.
It's funny too. I saw some there's like a bunch of big celebrities. Like I didn't join Twitter for free speech. Like wait, like what?
Yeah, I
like,
know.
Like what's that big boy? I don't know his name. He's done some bullshit movies. He's in the big boy in Wedding Singer. Not Wedding Singer.
Kevin James?
Wedding Ringer. He's got the glasses on.
Oh,
He's on Peacock TV with
yeah.
Fisher.
I know his name.
He's in.
the fat dude.
Yeah, the big
Gad,
boy.
Josh Gad.
Yes, Josh Gad.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that guy. Like once Elon did that, like I think Elon too was like, oh, and I think it's kind of a cool idea. Like if you were verified, if you want to be verified, you have to pay a monthly.
What's $8?
What's $8 if you make billions?
Ask
right?
OnlyFans girls.
Yeah, right.
Huh?
Ask OnlyFans girls.
Yeah, they can't afford it because that's their monthly profits,
Yeah,
$8.
Honestly. But yeah, I guess like Josh Gad, whatever his name is, and a couple other celebrities like, no, fuck this, like freedom of speech, people saying what they want.
Yeah, how dare they?
Yeah, like, you know what, like that's kind of messed up.
Especially for a comedian.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, honestly. But it's like it's so easy if you were just offended by something that somebody's saying, just don't follow them anymore. It's such a simple premise.
I know.
I don't get it.
You know what's like this is gonna be triggered for a lot of people too, but like. You see all the stuff that's happening with Kyrie Irving right now?
Yeah,
He
anti-Semitic.
posted a link to a movie.
Yeah.
And he's getting all this backlash because the media, like, they do press conferences after every game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, he's sitting there trying to be like, next question, like, skip it. Like, I don't want to talk about it, whatever, right? Like, defending himself. And now they're all attacking him, being like, oh, we're canceling your shoe deal. You got to pay $500,000 fine to, like,
I got the tail end of that he was getting shit on, and I didn't know why. So was that it? He was just...
He
posted the link of this movie with anti-Semitic themes.
Yeah.
And
it is a movie. Doesn't mean he's anti-Semitic. I don't know.
He could be posting that link with the intention of saying, "Hey, this is bad," but he left it open.
No context.
He just left no context, which is fun. To me, I don't think he was promoting it. I don't think
he was promoting it either.
Yeah, there's no context. He's not promoting it. He's doing nothing with it.
Yeah.
But they've had issues with him in the past, right? That's the problem.
The thing is, like, they don't like that he's like unvaccinated. They don't like that
he hasn't played.
Going against the narrative for like not playing with teammates and stuff like that.
He also said the world was flat, so it's like
flat Earth.
It's like
him and Kanye are best.
But he hasn't been playing. He can't play in Canada. You can't play in a lot of the states, so he has to sit games.
Well, Canada, what, you got one team?
One team, but you can't play. He plays in Brooklyn, and in New York you have to be vaccinated.
Yeah, interesting.
Or up until I don't know, probably still now. It's open now.
I remember seeing that, like, and I only caught the tail end of it. He was under fire. Yeah. Like, can't cancel Kyrie Irving or whatever. And I was like, I never saw what happened, so that's actually interesting.
It kind of goes back like to the Kanye thing. Like I watched, he did say some anti-Semitic shit.
I haven't watched any of the Kanye clips.
To give it a brief, I watched the whole podcast with him on Lex Friedman. I don't know if you know Lex Friedman.
Yeah.
He does a podcast. But he's also a robotics engineer for Boston Dynamics. He's a very, very smart person, but he does a great podcast. And he had Kanye on, but that's not where he said the comments, obviously. He did say them on there, too. He's doubled down. The guy has not backed off.
Yeah.
But he said him on Drink Champs with Nori.
Okay.
Right? And he said, he continually says Jewish media. You know, that's his main thing, like Jewish media. And the Jews are ruining the world and they control everything and blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
Obviously, there is some truth to that. But it's still it's still a fucked up thing to say is because he's grouping all Jewish people into one thing. That's why it's fucked up.
Yeah.
There is a lot of Jewish people in charge of the media.
What's the whole point of the White Lives Matter shirt? I don't understand.
Oh, that was just, Candace Owens?
No.
Okay, Candace Owens is a black female conservative speaker.
Okay.
Advocate.
Yeah.
She's very, she recently made a documentary about George Floyd and the Black Lives Matter movement.
Okay.
Against it, saying that's bullshit. Which we know is, I don't know, I haven't watched the documentary, I tried to. We know that BLM was a scam. Right? Because they spent
all the money
on houses.
They bought a mansion and shit.
Everybody's, all their cousins and brothers got paid. All that money was wasted.
Wasted, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
He was at the Yeezy fashion show. Candace Owens was there too. And she said, hey, put this on, White Lives Matter. That's the extent of that.
Oh.
But it's just not good publicity, but it's publicity.
When it's funny too, like I looked into that whole White Lives Matter thing. It's actually funny. The White Lives Matter, it's trademarked by radio hosts.
Two black guys.
Two black radio hosts, because they're like, no one is making profit off of White Lives Matter. So they bought the trademark to White Lives Matter. So now Kanye came. If Kanye wanted to run with that, he was
going to sell the T-shirts.
He was going to sell the White Lives Matter T-shirts, but he can't because it's been trademarked by radio.
Hold for a second. Yeah, I know. So, what were we going? Where did this all start out? Now I don't even remember.
What about Kanye?
Oh yeah, Kanye. So Lex Friedman is a Jew.
Yeah.
Grew up in the Soviet Union.
Okay.
So he understands what it's like to be a persecuted Jew, and he's friends with Kanye West. And he said, he's like, you can say what you want, but the problem with what you're saying is you're just grouping every Jewish person in as an evil person, and that's where the problem is. You can say he's like, the media is fucked up. Yeah. He's like, the media is biased and they spin a narrative and blah blah blah. But you're saying Jewish media,
right? Yeah.
But Kanye is saying I'm a Jew. He's like, I'm not Jewish. Jewish should be like being a Jew, Jewish.
Yeah.
That's his thing. Like, to be Jewish, you're like a Jew. You're like a practicing of a Jew.
Jewish, yeah, you're not.
But he's saying I'm Jew, meaning I am a
Jew.
I am a Jew. He's saying I'm a man of God. I'm a Jew.
Yeah.
So he's like, there's this whole theory, and like, I'm not an expert on this, but there's this whole like movement of like black people were the original Jews.
Okay.
And it's a very extremist movement of black people that are claiming they're the real sons of God. They're the kings of Israel. Blah blah blah. That's kind of what Kanye's alluding to. Is that he is a Jew because he's a black Jew. And he's saying, hey, if the Jewish people understood that I'm a Jew, they would understand what I'm saying. Huh. But he's a Christian.
Yeah.
But he's black, and he says the whole thing he's not really that educated in, I don't think. He doesn't read books, he said that. Yeah. Like, he doesn't read anything. These are just all thoughts and opinions.
Yeah, he's just running with it.
But I watched the whole Lex Friedman podcast on over an hour, and Kanye's not crazy. Like, from what I've seen, he seems very sane. He just has these wild ideas, and he's that person. He's a, what's the word I would look for to describe him, but he's just that kind of guy.
What's funny, too, you ever watch him on the Joe Rogan podcast?
Yeah, I watched it.
I thought that, so I get what you're saying, too, but I watched that thing, and I couldn't help but laugh, because he's sitting there, and I love Joe Rogan, and he's sitting there and goes, I'm going to buy the earth. And Joe Rogan's just sitting there like, I understand, like, that's a big dream, brother.
Yeah.
That's a big dream. Like, do you hear yourself right now? That is insane. And then Kanye just, like, so dead ass. Like, is that crazy?
And that's the thing, like, so you watch him, you're like, if he wasn't saying these crazy things, you would think he's just a normal person. There's nothing wrong with him.
Yeah.
But he has these wild ideas, and they're founded in nothing, really. Like, most of the time, it's just his ideas.
It comes from the top, right?
But even on that, to me, he seemed pretty normal. It's just he has these ridiculous ideas.
Yeah, he does, right? Yeah.
And he's very angry at Jewish people.
Yeah.
He's very angry at the people that he signed music contracts with. You can't really even be angry at people.
No.
Because you signed the contracts.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't have to be a famous musician. You could have continued to put out independent, because he came up in a time where you needed to be on a label.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest, you had to be signed to a label to put your music out. Yeah. You could have just continued to put out music and not sold a single record.
Yeah.
But you want to sell your records. You signed a deal with the devil, not Jewish people, the devil, but the music industry, it's cutthroat, and they'll take advantage if you let them.
Of course.
Is that a thing too? Like, didn't again? Yeezy had it was a different time. Like, you had to be in a label. Like, is Macklemore in a label?
No,
like, he did a free.
He's independent.
Yeah, he was independent.
And a lot of these guys are, but
but back then,
you couldn't. In 2004,
you couldn't. Yeah.
There's no internet. There's no Spotify. There's no YouTube.
Exactly.
Nothing is there. No streaming services. You had to put out CDs.
Maybe Napster?
Napster would just shut down. iTunes was just coming up.
Yeah.
You had to sell CDs.
Yeah.
And how you're gonna print them yourself? No. You need to have someone distribute your CDs.
Exactly.
And he sold 1 million CDs in 2018 in 1 week. So you can't do that yourself.
No, absolutely, for sure.
And none of that was streaming. Like, if you sell 900,000 albums in 2008 or 2009, it's physical copies or digital copies. Yeah. There's no Spotify streaming numbers.
Yeah. Well, I think Kanye lost it when his mom died. But
that didn't help. That didn't help. But that was a failed liposuction or something.
Something stupid.
Oh yeah,
I gotta piss again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, audience. I have to piss one more time.
Christ, brother.
No, man. I'm telling you, man. Well, this is why I can't even go places. I have to take my dog on walks after dark.
Yeah.
So I can piss in the park.
Oh my God.
No, that's a true statement. I can't go at 5 p.m.
Oh my God.
All right. What's this?
I don't know, man.
David wants everybody.
Yeah, David wants. I love Kanye's music. I'll always appreciate his music, but the antics, I don't fuck with it.
Oh, I died. I thought it was fucking hilarious because, like, you know, like Kim Kardashian, like when they split up, it was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do without Kanye's fashion. Like, he dressed me. He's like, she said like Kanye like was my fashion guy,
Designer. Yeah.
But then I died because it was like when he lost his deal with. You hear about this? He lost his deal
with Adidas.
Adidas
And Gap.
Like he just lost. So I guess technically, Forbes says once he lost that deal, he's not considered a billionaire anymore.
Yes,
he lost that.
I saw that too.
Right?
Yeah.
So the guy goes into Skechers headquarters.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you heard this. The guy went to Skechers headquarters looking to make a deal.
Yeah.
And you got to get past the receptionist and stuff like that.
Okay.
The receptionist let him go by because she thought he was a gardener. He looked so fucking ragged. He had like a big pair of like a rubber ducky, big ass gardening boots, and a dirty painted zip sweater. I'm like, Kanye West, the king of fashion.
Yeah.
He's like, this looks like a goddamn bum. And the receptionist thought he was a gardener. He like went up right up to the main office. Like, I'm looking to make a deal with you, Skechers. And they had to drag him out.
I did hear that he got walked out. I didn't know what the premise was.
So the premise was look at pictures. He looks like a gardener. He did look like a fucking gardener. So I thought that was hilarious.
Fashion mogul turned what?
Yeah. I thought it was hilarious. But it's like, dude, like I love the old Kanye albums, like the Beautiful Twisted Fantasies.
One of the best albums of all time.
Right? Yeah. Like, although that shit, there's a couple of really good albums.
Watch the Thrones out there.
Yeah, like so many good ones. And then it just took a
College Dropout.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh yeah, College Dropout. Like so good. Oh, what else? What was that one album he had? The pink label on it, or purple label. It was Graduation. Graduation again. One of the best albums of all time.
When he went head to head against 50 Cent.
Yeah. Like, it's one of the best albums of all time.
But like 50 Cent, like with that Curtis album, like he didn't have like next to nothing for promotion, right? So it was hard.
Yeah.
And then he went. I remember like when they did like the head to head, like they will both walk up on the stage.
Yeah.
Do the reveal. It was like a teen VMA.
Yeah, some shit like that.
Yeah, something like that.
I remember that.
They did the projections and then they show it on screen and everyone just goes nuts.
Yeah, dude. Even that, the Curtis album too. Like even 50 Cent, like that Curtis album, fucking that hit hard. Like that, they had sick tracks on there, right?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, 50 Cent still got bangers for sure.
Oh, he does.
I don't know when the last time he put out like a recent relevant project, but
that's what I mean. Like, again, one of those artists that started here just took a nosedive, right?
But he's been doing a lot of like movie and like show producing, right?
Oh yeah, like I just watched a movie.
Power. Like you ever watched Power? Like he's like the main.
Yeah, Power.
Yeah.
What else? He did a movie. Honestly, a phenomenal movie. Like Ice Cube's kids in it.
Okay.
When they Den of Thieves, does that sound right? I think it's called Den of Thieves.
Yep.
And they specialize in robbing banks or robbing diamonds, whatever. Like I remember watching that movie. 50 Cent was in that, and I was like, good movie, right?
Didn't what's it called? Didn't Ice Cube's kid play Ice Cube?
Oh, and Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, it's so funny. Like, I watched that movie. Yeah. I thought it was sick. Like, wasn't a huge NWA fan, but just like I think that was the first time they put out like a music movie, really. Like
one of them.
What was anyone before? Like, I don't know. Like, I remember watching
before that. I can think of like rock ones.
Did they have rock ones?
Yeah, they had the Detroit.
Oh, Detroit Rock City. Detroit Rock City.
They had, yeah, they had.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah, that other one with Michael Jackson. This Is It. The autobiography.
Yeah,
one.
right. But I remember
there's more too.
Yeah, but I remember they did that movie, and I remember watching it. I told my dad, I'm like, gotta watch this movie. He was like, I don't give a flying fuck about NWA. Like, even though that's kind of like, he was probably, I'm not sure how old he would have been when NWA's era, but
yeah,
he's like, I don't give a fuck about NWA.
Yeah.
And I'm like, trust me, like, it's a sick movie.
Yeah.
My dad watched it like 3 times.
Really?
He loved it. He bought a physical copy. He fucking loved it.
That's sick.
He goes, dude, like NWA slaps,
nice.
dude. I'm like, dude, like that's fucking hilarious.
He's the homie.
Yeah, like fuck the police. And I'm like, yeah, you said it, Dad, right?
Yeah.
Like,
your words.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah, that's awesome. Because they did that Motley Crue one too. Did you ever watch?
Yeah, The Dirt.
Yeah.
Honestly, they did. That was sick.
Yeah, MGK.
Yeah, it was a very weird casting. They had like MGK and shit, right?
Yeah.
That was kind of a weird dynamic, but yeah, they was Ozzy Osbourne in that too, or they got like a look like maybe.
I think there was a look.
But that was a sick docu series or whatever, right?
Did you see people flaming MGK for his costume? He's wearing like this it looks like a
Was he Tommy
corset?
Lee?
No. He's wearing like a corset for Halloween.
Okay.
It's like him and Megan Fox, and she's you saw that? Yeah. Yeah, it's like he looks like a crossdresser almost. Like he's
I didn't
wearing
see
like
that.
a sparkly bodysuit almost and like a leather coat.
See, I saw him dressed as Tommy Lee.
No, it wasn't that.
Oh yeah, because they did the Pamela Anderson, Tommy Lee.
I saw
Yes.
that.
No, but the one he's talking about, he has like the pink hair.
Yes.
Yeah, he looks fucking stupid.
Yeah.
That guy is like the biggest like.
E-boy.
He just like.
He wants to be a
You know what I give? I give him this. He had to do that shit to stay famous.
You think so?
Because MGK when he came out was just like this white rapper
From
Yeah.
Cleveland, Ohio.
from Cleveland, Ohio. Like nothing.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have been able to sustain that. Like he's not Drake or anything. So he had to do these. He has to do that shit, Hollywood shit. We like to say it's
Yeah.
Hollywood shit.
But it's funny because
To claw at people's
When-
like, fame.
I remember they showed me when it would have been a mixtape when Lace Up. Remember when Lace Up came out?
Yeah.
That album to me at that time, I'm like, dude, there isn't a song on this album or mixtape
Yeah.
that I don't like. This
Yeah.
is fucking so good.
Okay, yeah.
But ever since that, like that album, that
was
was
it.
it for him. That was it.
Because he put.
He put on a real album.
Yes,
And
that
I'm
was
like,
okay.
Meh. And then you just start taking a nosedive, right? And then and I truly believe this too. It's like, oh, if I need to be relevant again, I need to put a diss track out for the fucking band,
Eminem,
right?
yeah.
Everyone just wants to diss Eminem to stay relevant,
Yeah.
and that did help him. Like, honest
Oh,
to God,
huge.
it helped
Brought him back, man,
It
because
brought
his
him.
career was done.
Look what it did for the tabloids with when the game did it, right?
Yeah.
Like, he was going after Eminem and he like puts out like this whole like it was like a stupid like 9-minute song
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
trying to attack Eminem and he's like, oh, you never listened to him, but you've listed off his entire discography on one song. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man, who's the real fan here?
I do like some of the game's original, like the older
Oh,
albums.
fuck
Red
yeah,
album?
the game was sick,
Same
man.
as so-
Red Album's my
Red
favorite.
Album.
Yeah,
my
right up,
favorites.
right. But again, so many of these
1992
artists,
kid.
you just a total know. Like the game isn't relevant no more. The guy put out an album a couple of years ago. It's fucking horseshit.
1992.
Yeah,
That one.
1992.
Yeah.
The album was dog shit. Right?
It had like one or two okay songs, but nothing.
Didn't he also put out an album that had like 60 some odd songs on it too, though?
Wasn't it that one? Two-part? It was a
Yeah,
two-part. Wasn't it?
Might have
19 Compton was the one. Like two-parter and then a.
It was a
bonus or
plus a
something.
bonus. Yeah, it was damn near
Yeah.
3 albums in one, right?
Which is nuts. Like
Yeah,
music content. Right?
Yeah.
Like if you like see like some artists put out like a 5-track LP and like here you go.
Yeah.
Honestly.
The thing with the rap game, I hate to say it, is a young man's game. And
Yeah.
only so many slots for people over 35.
Yeah.
And they're taken.
What's funny,
Kanye West,
too,
Lil Wayne.
When I was when in my early teens and stuff like that, like me and you, like rap was all I knew,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Even though my dad listened to I
Old
find
school rock.
right
Yeah.
now I'm so stuck in the olden ways of the rappers I used to listen to
Yeah.
that now it's like I'm more becoming my dad in a sense.
Well,
where-
100%.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah.
it's like I like who you listen to for rappers? Oh fuck, I don't know, Lil Wayne, Jay-Z.
Yeah,
J.
2007,
Cole.
right?
Yeah, everyone's like, you're goddamn bum. Like, what about Lil Baby? What? I'm
Oh
like,
my
who?
God.
I don't
I
even-
love Lil Baby,
That's it,
man.
right? So
People
you're
are,
doing it.
yeah, you're the guy that
Yeah.
You know what? I made a conscious decision one time, though.
to try to force yourself to listen to it.
In like 2015, when mumble rap came out,
Yeah.
or SoundCloud rap came out,
Yeah.
I was like, this is awful.
Yeah.
You little
There's
Yachty.
a branch, right? Do you
I was
stick with
like-
it or do you? Right?
And I was
Yeah.
becoming that guy. Like, I didn't want to be that guy that was like, fuck these new rappers.
Yeah.
Because it actually did eventually come, it flipped back. After
That's cool.
2017, rap music became fairly normal again.
Yeah.
Look at the sophomore list, right? Like same
Yeah.
thing. You try to pronounce their names, you're like Little Xans. And
Yeah. And most of those guys flopped or
Yeah.
died.
Who was that one though? I do enjoy Flip the Nero. I thought.
Oh,
was
yeah,
good.
he has some good
I'm not-
tunes.
He's probably not relevant anymore either, but I don't
It's
know.
hard to
doubt
it's
it.
hard to stay relevant on with
Yeah.
streaming.
Yeah, you get a little bit, then you're gone, right?
Yeah.
No, he hasn't put out a tune in a while.
No, I loved him when he came out. But yeah, I found it so hard. Yeah, like I once wanted to, like, oh, who are you listening to right now? Like, oh, I'm listening to, I don't know, Juvenile. Like, Juvenile!
Juvenile.
Like,
He's in prison for years.
Yeah. That's right.
It's hard. It's hard to stick with the times when
Yeah.
you hit a certain age. I really had to trick my brain
Yeah.
into liking SoundCloud rap.
Well,
Now I love rap
There was
music still.
definitely just like a bridge where you had like,
Yeah.
you stick with it. Like me now, like, my dad goes like, oh, what do you listen to? You still put on some music. Like, actually, I don't trust you. I remember what you used to listen to.
Yeah.
And then I'll throw on like little AC/DC.
Yeah.
And my dad's like, what the fuck? Like, okay, right?
Yeah, times have
Pop on
changed.
that Steel Panther, brother.
Yeah, Steel Panther. Yeah. Yeah.
Eat it.
My thing is like I just want new music all the time.
Yeah.
So it's hard. Like I listen to a lot of classic rock and a lot of glam metal and thrash metal, but
yeah.
new albums aren't coming out
No.
ever.
What's funny too, right? Even like just rock music as a whole, there's no like I can only list a handful of like newer rock artists, like Greta Van Fleet, one of the new best new era. Rock
for sure.
But like, there's not many. Like rock's almost like dying. They gotta get get Led Zeppelin or get the boys out on their fucking wheelers.
I like what's it called? Sheepdogs. They're pretty good.
Sheepdogs, right? Yeah.
I like that.
So it's minimal, but like people, those old boys are still doing shows to keep rock alive. I swear to God, because there's right? Like,
well, if you look, I saw
who's those other guys? The Keys.
Black Keys.
Black Keys. I like them.
Keys,
yeah.
But when do they have a new song? They have a new one?
That are newer.
That's fair, yeah. There's some. It's like I looked at a list of like most streamed artists, Spotify, like top 50, and it was still AC/DC was still on the list. I'm like, where are the bands?
They got it stay relevant.
That's what's holding the genre together, unfortunately.
Well, who was it? Like they just did a concert, Jane Jett. Was it Motley Crue?
Joan Jett.
Joan Jett, Motley Crue.
Yeah, and I heard
Def Leppard.
And I heard that fucking Motley Crue was absolute dog shit.
Of course.
Like, people were
voices are what they used to be.
People,
right?
I was saying that people were leaving. Like they obviously ended Motley Crue.
Yeah.
But like everything I heard, like I listened to this rock radio station, and he's going on about it. Like he was at the show, blah blah blah, and he goes, "Yo, like and everyone that surprised me, like Joan Jett, whatever, killed it."
Yeah.
He goes, but Motley Crue, he goes, I was there. People were leaving. It's like when you're at an NHL game and your team's losing 9-0.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to leave early and beat the traffic, right?
Yeah.
People are leaving mid-set. Like,
that's sad, and you pay a lot of money for those tickets.
Yeah.
I believe that 100%.
And even too, like, same too, like Guns N' Roses. Like, apparently.
Axl Rose is terrible now.
Oh, it's like, oh my God. Like, give me the goddamn mic. You know what I mean? Like, my dad showed me snippets of Axl Rose, and it's like,
he probably can't even hit the. I bet you he's destroyed so much of his just body and vocal
cords. He had like
cords.
something with his larynx for a long time too, right? Like he had to get like surgeries. And
yeah.
No coming back. I remember forever. I was a huge Guns N' Roses fan when I was in grade 8, grade 9, and then
yeah, I remember.
They were supposed to put out. It wasn't with the full original crew, but they were supposed to put out this album called "The Spaghetti Incident."
I heard about that.
And for years they never put it out,
Yeah.
and then finally it comes out, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck about this.
Yeah. It's funny, there's so much hype behind it, right?
Yeah.
Like, remember when the Car 4 was like postponed, but like, dude, this is gonna be the fucking masterpiece. It's all
and it was good.
It was good, right?
But it wasn't amazing.
As good as they were trying to make it out to be.
Yeah, like when you're waiting so long for something, the hype builds on it, then you just drop dog shit, right?
It's hard to go for that long with that much music.
Yeah. You see that thing about Lil Wayne talking about like Jay-Z's the GOAT?
Yeah.
Like, no, man, come on, Weezy.
Weezy's the GOAT.
Like, where's that Wayne? You know? Like that's the Wayne I want to see.
Yeah, because he's a humble person outside of the music.
Yeah. He is.
You know what I mean? Like in the music, he's like, I'm the greatest.
Yeah.
But outside the music, he's like, yeah, Jay-Z's a hero of mine.
Did you watch that thing that I sent you? And it's like if you're on a song with Weezy and you
Yeah.
hear that light reflect, that ain't your song no more.
Yeah.
That ain't your song no more.
And it's wild. Like I remember at the time, I didn't even know half of those songs. Like when I first got into those mixtapes, I didn't even know half of those beats were other people's beats.
Oh, you think they're his, right?
At first, I'm like, he bodied that, and then I would hear the beat
like
later,
a song
and
of
be like,
the-
what? That's a
You
Lil
can
Wayne
listen to the
song.
radio and you like Adele comes on. You're
Yes.
like, wait, like rolling in the deep.
Yeah.
This is Wayne.
Yeah,
I know.
dude.
That was me for years.
Yeah.
Because he bodied every.
Oh yeah.
It was hard to tell. I remember when Sorry for the Wait came out,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, that's an original song. Oh, that's an original song.
Yeah.
Just to find out they weren't.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
honestly.
well, he made it seem like it
They
was.
did, honestly.
Yeah, Wayne will be a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame fucking legend. Like,
Yo,
especially if he dies. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of people. He went through the rocky road there, and people really were hating on him.
Yeah,
But
oh,
he's
yeah.
he's good.
Yeah.
Like nobody's out here like talking shit about Lil Wayne now.
No.
You spent 25 years in the industry and tell me
Yeah,
you
honestly,
deserve everything you put in.
For sure.
And he's always like the kind of guy. He's always stuck to his guns too. He got pressured on the Black Lives Matter thing. You
He
remember
did.
that?
Yeah, he
And he's
did.
like, no, man. He's like,
remember
a white cop saved my life.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck, he's a fuck the police kind of guy too because he's a rapper. But he's
Yeah.
like, a white cop saved my life. And he's like, and look at me, I'm rich, I'm famous. People all over the world are like waiting on my words.
Yeah.
He's like, to me, where's the racism?
Yeah. Well, he said too, like, yeah, there was like when he got shot, when he shot himself or whatever, like he goes, yeah, like
That cop saved his life.
Yeah, the
that's
white
what I'm
cop.
talking
Like, people were
about.
stepping over his
Yeah.
body, right? And then that white cop
Looking for drugs in the gun because they
yeah.
assumed that he was a gang member or
yeah,
something.
Exactly.
That guy died actually. That cop died
Really?
this year, I think. Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace to that
Troy
guy.
Bolton or whatever the hell his name was.
Troy Bolton.
School musical.
Yeah. Music's a funny thing, man. Justin Trudeau. Yeah, Justin Trudeau was actually pressing because Doug Ford is.
Controversial talk about the strike.
That's exactly where I'm going with this. So, QP's on strike, which is a union for teachers, assistants, custodians, ESL, whatever, teachers, student aides.
Why are they always on? I'm sorry. Why are they always on? They're always on fucking strike.
Yeah, but it's the same union, but these are this specific workers, and then the teachers will try to go on strike.
Subgenre almost.
Yeah. So right now, I'll tell you all about it. What I know of QP, it's like the special needs.
Yeah.
They make like less than 40K a year.
Yeah.
They have to go on EI in the summer because they don't get paid like teachers
get that,
and all that shit. And they're dealing with the worst kids. I don't want to say worse is probably the bad term, but like the most troubled children,
kids,
the hardest kids to deal with. It's true.
I get that.
And they make less than 40K a year,
That's actually
which is like $20 an hour or something.
Yeah.
And they're like, yo, this isn't even fair anymore. Like, we need to
Should've
get
tried.
ours. Should have tried. That's what they're doing. They're trying now. So the provincial government put in legislation saying, we're busting your union, get back to work.
Yeah.
Basically,
They're
which
gonna
is
find them.
which is actually illegal.
Yeah, see that. Yeah.
Just because you make a document in a week.
Yeah.
That's the
They
problem with
passed
this
the
country.
night before the strike.
Then that's what Justin Trudeau did with the Emergency Act. Let's be honest. Like they just had all power during COVID and they just did what they want. And that's and now they've almost set that precedent. Like Doug Ford's doing it now with them. They're saying go back to work for $5,000 fines for everyone that's not back to work. But there's $4,000 fine for everyone that's not back to work. But there's 5,500 people on strike.
Yeah.
It's like $200 million in fines
Oh
that
my God.
that the union said they would pay for.
Yeah.
They got to cover their losses somewhere, right?
Yeah, they got to pick up. We're gonna take this money. It's just taxes now.
Yeah.
But so they're saying like you're never gonna get that money from them.
There's no
It's called
way.
hey, let's see that legislation.
Yeah.
It's a piece of paper. That's what I said. Like I remember guys at work like they're not gonna be allowed to strike because they're putting this law in. Yeah, a law is just some ink on a paper. I can do whatever. I don't have to come to work.
Yeah. Honestly.
4,000 or 5,000 people. We don't have to come to work. Fuck that.
Yeah. Honestly.
And do what? We'll quit then. And then what are you fining me for? I just quit.
Yeah,
It's actually such bullshit.
Yeah, it is.
So I was that's what Trudeau came out condemning Doug Ford for using legislation to bust the union.
Yeah.
He was using that to get people to do vaccines,
Yeah,
give vaccines.
He was, for sure.
It's just Justin Trudeau is just the biggest hypocritical piece of shit there is.
Honestly.
But Doug Ford is also a piece of shit too. They're all
Can't
shitty.
win. Yeah,
They're all shitty, right? And all of them just want to get rich too.
You're shitty Bill. Don't call him shitty Bill.
Yeah, don't call them shitty Bill, but that's what they are.
Yeah. Christ.
So it's like
Unintended.
the government is just fucked, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. You caught that.
Yeah.
Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah.
But those it's just they're just shitty people.
Yeah, they are.
And now they're bringing in, and you know what? Canada needs immigrants,
Yeah.
but we also have a housing shortage. So
Yeah.
they're bringing in 500,000 people starting next year
Where
for
they gonna live?
2-3 years. Yeah, there's no housing.
Well, I heard too that I'm pretty sure in Cambridge and Waterloo they're doing a low budget housing.
Yes.
They're doing a project for that, right? But it's like I don't want to sound like it's gonna sound bad, but it's like no one that lives here is struggling is getting those houses. Those
No.
houses are all going.
Yeah,
the immigrants.
and they're nice houses too.
Yeah,
actually.
they're like all low. It's still low-come housing, but still nice houses for people that don't live here, right? Like.
Yep.
Like,
It comes back to like we do need immigrants because we do have somewhat of a labor shortage, and we need
sure.
immigrants just for growth.
100%.
But we don't need refugees, but we need immigrants.
Yeah.
We want to help refugees, but we don't need them because most of them are
I know what you mean.
unskilled.
For sure.
But we need these immigrants, but we don't need them all 500,000 per year for 2 or 3 years, 1 million to 1.5 million people,
Yeah.
and we can't even give housing to the current population. Yeah, I know. So Justin Trudeau is just very much just guaranteeing himself future voters, the
Yeah.
Liberal Party in general, but Justin Trudeau, he loves to hold the power.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
Well, isn't that why he called that election?
Yes.
He called it early,
Yes.
right? Because
Yes.
it worked out perfect
Yes.
for him, right?
Things were looking south for him, and then they teamed up with the NDP and they made a coalition
Yeah.
to keep power. That's not what we're trying. Is that what we're here? Just to keep people in power? It's not a game of.
I hate that so
Right?
much.
Yeah, I know.
It's not the Game of Thrones.
No,
Yeah,
it should be like you get yourself up on your own morals, your own backing. You didn't use like previous pride of
Yeah.
like your father or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. Should my
Just
boy
go.
Pierre.
You're your own
Yeah,
person.
yeah. He only did one good thing in
Yeah.
my eyes. Is that the
Made the
Constitution.
Yeah, made the Constitution.
Otherwise, he's a communist piece of shit. But his dad left Canada with the biggest $1 billion deficit in the 70s.
Yeah.
You know how much money that was?
Yeah.
I don't want to get into Pierre Trudeau, but he was a communist sympathizer. That's true.
It is
He
true.
went. Anybody feel free to correct me on this, but during World War II, he would have been alive. He somehow dodged the draft. Conscription somehow. He didn't go to war.
Yeah.
And then he goes to communist China, Mao, who killed 30 to 40 million people, starved them out. And he's like, you're going over there and you're friends with them?
Yeah.
Then you come back and you want our country to join a socialist situation too. And I'm pretty anti-socialist because I believe in hard work and I believe in everybody building their own, you know what I mean? Don't depend on the government to provide for you. Because we know from history it doesn't work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. History's been proven it.
Right. And so Justin Trudeau is kind of, I think he just really likes being in power and being in control. Because there's no other explanation for it. If I was in power and I was doing a bad job, I'd say, all right, man, clearly I'm not the guy.
Yeah. Get someone in better, more suited for...
That's how I look at it.
Oh, I agree, right?
Are you here to be in power or are you here to help the country?
Like, if I was in charge of the thing, this is me personally, yeah. I'm in charge of the country. And yeah, like, no one fucking likes me. You're doing a dog shit job. You're fucking up. You're a bum. You're a piece of shit. Like, everyone's like spitting on you. You're going on vacations in times of crisis.
Yeah.
Right? Like, all right, I'm going to take a step back. And does anyone else think you can do a better job? I probably could.
Okay. Give it a shot.
Let's go.
That's kind of what they did in Britain recently.
Yeah.
Right? What's his name stepped down? Boris Johnson steps down.
Yeah.
Then that lady gets
Retired
chosen.
After 6 weeks.
Yes.
Retired after 6 weeks.
Yeah, she wasn't cut out for it. And now they got that other dude who's
a
hedge fund manager. He might do better.
Did you guys vote for your regional chairs?
I did.
No,
I did online when I was in Florida.
It's fine. In Waterloo District. So
I went and voted.
So I think Waterloo District is Ward 6. I'm not mistaken.
Well, that's probably your neighborhood.
Yes,
I'm Ward 4.
Okay, so
East Galt.
I was 1.
Okay, yeah. So my neighborhood's Ward 6. But it's like you look around and you check who your options are. But there is only one. You only got one person to vote. I'm going around. It's like, like Cynthia Sutherland or whatever the hell her name is. I'm like, just out of curiosity, like I just want to double check who the other candidates are.
Yep.
Like,
Or QB tweet. Yeah.
No one's running but her. Yeah.
If you look at the results, too, you can run for school board even if you don't have kids.
Yeah, school board.
Really?
Yeah.
Anyone can run for school board council. You can run for mayor, region, and like 2,000 people are voting in regional council.
Huh.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
You just need couple hundred votes, you can win.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Yeah, so that's an easier. I actually would consider next time around running for city council.
Buddy.
Because I could get it. I think I could get it. I'm a hustler too. I'll get out there and go door to door.
Heard it here first.
That's what did it for you, right?
Yeah.
One guy came to your house.
David, 2026. No, was it 3 years?
I think it's 3 years.
In city council?
Yeah.
So David, 2020, 2025.
Yeah.
See me there. Yeah, that's true. The guy came to my door, and I was like, I appreciate you doing that. I'm voting for you.
Yeah.
And I did.
It's true, right?
Easy to win you over, right? That's all it took.
Effort.
Yeah.
Effort.
Put some effort in.
Yeah.
Tell me, come to my door, and you're already 10 points ahead of everybody else.
Honestly, right? It's the truth.
So, but I would never run for prime minister. Obviously, I'm not qualified to do it. Unlike Justin Trudeau, I admit I'm not qualified to run for prime minister. This is another thing I was reading. Justin Trudeau. So the prime minister of Canada makes about $400,000 a year, I believe.
Okay. He's
been in power since 2016, right?
Yeah.
What is that? 8 years? 6 years?
I think it's 6.
Right. So he made
up on 7,
what's that? A couple $1 million or whatever in salary.
Yeah.
He inherited, I think, 1 point some million from his dad.
Yeah.
So I'll put some, say, $3 million, but he has to spend some of that money over the course of 6 years.
Right.
Justin Trudeau's net worth is over $10 million.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why? Why is it that much money? How did you acquire that money?
Yeah.
And obviously we know that he committed fraud with his charity, right? His We charity or whatever it's called. He has a charity set up, and the government in Canada gave a lot of money for it.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And his family's on board with it. It's similar to BLM scam. They gave a bunch of, but nobody checks it because he's prime minister.
Yeah, it dusted. Yeah, right.
So that's another thing, just taking our tax dollars and giving them back to himself. And then now, instead of just like, so they've put all these taxes on us, right? Like the carbon tax is being doubled and blah, blah, blah. All this money is coming out. Like Canadians are being squeezed dry, right?
Yeah.
Now he's giving us back the GST, HST tax credit.
Yeah.
But you've spent the tax dollars are gone. Like the money that we give you is gone. So now you're printing more
Money.
which devalues the currency and increases inflation. But it's inflation relief. So you
Yeah.
give me $100, but that's just more money you've printed.
Yeah, it's fuck. Yeah, exactly.
So how does that make
It
any
doesn't make any
sense?
sense.
How about this? Don't take my money from the begin with, from the start. Let me keep my money.
And then don't give me money.
Don't give me it back.
Yeah.
But the problem is like my money and your money and his money, because we all have jobs, they're going to people that don't have jobs. And then the province gives everybody with kids $200
Yes.
because of this strike and all this stuff going on. The government said, all right, we're going to give everyone $200 to pay for tutoring.
Yeah.
But they're not giving it, it's not a tax break at the end of the year. It's here's $200 cash.
Here's this, yeah.
Well, people aren't going to spend it on tutoring. Also, tutoring, I went to tutoring when I was in high school, and I think I was asking my mom, she said it was like 60, 70 bucks an hour.
Yeah.
Wow.
10, 15 years ago.
I did the same thing.
It's got to be $100 an hour now.
Yeah.
You guys are dumb.
Yeah, we were dumb kids. We were dumb kids.
You know what's funny too? It's like I needed tutoring for mathematics.
I did math, too.
Right? Mine was math. The dumbest kid, like my mom's like, this kid, like he
just can't do it.
He can't do it. He can't do it. Cannot do simple math. Now, someone flipped the switch. Now
Yeah.
it's my fucking job.
That's me
like,
too,
I work
man.
with numbers daily now, right?
I'm so good at math now, it's
Yeah, it's
ridiculous.
crazy.
But I just didn't want to do it, I don't think. And my mom signed me up for this. Where did you go? I went to Math Advantage, I think.
Honestly, my parents is like a
Kumar or
Some
something?
guy.
no, just like I think they no.
Someone's niece.
It was like someone was
Some kid off the street?
somebody like you know how my parents are. I think they were like a physics teacher at the University of fucking
Yeah,
Yale
yeah.
or some
The
shit.
guy who
right?
invented quantum mechanics is tutoring
like
me.
Albert Einstein's fucking nephew or some shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I went to this place and it was upstairs. I don't even know where it was, but it was upstairs and there was this.
Or some shit, yeah.
Yeah, it was called Math Advantage though.
Okay.
And this lady had a baby with her full time, and the baby was in one of those things where they can keep him on their chest.
Oh, like
And then
satchel thing.
it was such a
Yeah.
depressing place. She was so gross, and then she would eat Cheetos all the time. Cheese puffs.
Crumbs like falling the baby and shit.
Oh yeah, that's
She would be
exactly
trying to
what
help
I'm
me. Meanwhile, her lips are covered with cheese dust, and her
Oh
fingers are
my
cheese dust.
God.
And I went a bunch of times,
He was traumatized.
They can make a movie
Yeah.
out of that, right?
and I was like, dude, this is so crazy that I'm
Never eat a
doing this.
bag of corn puffs again.
Yeah.
I hate cheese puffs now, and I didn't learn anything. And
Right.
my parents wasted their money.
Go to Costco, get the big bag.
Yeah, the thing, that big cheese ball fucking
It's
container.
like $12.
Yeah,
I think my thing too is like it's one of those things where it was like just fucking do it. Like when I had my math teacher, like Nick, I don't want to say it. You're just a fucking lazy cunt. Like, just
Yeah.
do it.
Just do it.
And
Yeah.
then I did it. I'm like, okay, this isn't too hard. And yeah, it's like now it's my goddamn job. Like I do mathematics every goddamn waking hour for the last 10 years or some shit. However long. I've been
Well,
working,
that's
right?
it. I think a lot of it for me was like, I was so confident in myself that when they would teach it, I'd be like, I got that.
Yeah.
Then I wouldn't
The
ever
test
look
comes
at it
along,
again.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
I wouldn't study it. I'd fake the homework.
Yeah.
And then test time, the tests are always harder than the homework.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Test times come. Oh man, David, you failed big time, brother.
Oh, they tell you this way. Like everyone pay
They hand
attention.
it to you face down.
Yeah.
Sit after class.
Yeah.
Everyone pay attention. This will be on the test. You spend all this time memorizing. Right, they said that for a goddamn reason.
Yeah,
Just to
not
trick
on
ya.
the test.
And you're like, fuck, I've only memorized that selection. Like, well, no, D minus. Yep.
I
See
know.
you after class, right?
I got a lot of bad marks in
I
math.
did too.
I got a 51 in math one year, academic math, but it's still 51.
Academic means you got 61 in applied. right?
Yeah, you had 10% if I was
71
in,
in
if I was in the
essential.
slow class.
Oh yeah, some of us got forced to do essential, right?
Me and Nick got the same grade that year, but different classes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm nothing to brag about for sure. I shouldn't have got a 51 in grade 9
71
math.
essential.
I remember too in high school. It's just a funny memory of mine. I took academic sciences because that's what my dad major is in university. I wanted
Yeah.
him to do
He wanted you
hard
to.
sciences.
Yeah.
Be like your old man. And obviously, I wasn't cut out for the sciences. I was more of a hands-on guy.
Yeah.
And I remember I'm failing, and I'm my teacher, Mr. Coy. Shout out, Mr. Coy.
Shout out.
But I'm failing. He goes, Nick, you're gonna fail this class unless you do some extra credit. And I remember telling him, screw your extra credit. I'm like, you give me a passing grade if I put 5 fingers in 5 separate rat traps.
Yeah, I remember this story.
Right? And he goes, you won't do it. And everyone in my class, you won't do it. And I'm like, for passing grade? Fuck, I won't.
Oh yeah, I'll do anything.
Right? And I do it, and just, everyone's
The
like,
pain.
Jesus Christ.
God.
And and I was like, I remember it. He was true to his word. Get my grade. I'm like, son of a
52?
bitch, he did it.
54?
Yeah. Just boot me in it. I'm like,
Yeah.
a little bit of pain for a passing grade.
It was pretty hard to fail because even if you failed, no, but I remember, so if you failed, you could go to credit recovery or
Yeah.
credit rescue if you were
Yeah.
failing.
Yeah.
In grade 9 math, I had a terrible teacher, fat son of a bitch. I hated her. She just hated me. I won't
Yeah.
say her name on here, but fuck her. But she had a husband that worked there too, so
I
if
know
that tells
what
you,
you're talking about.
tells you what you need to know.
Yeah.
But I remember grade 9. I don't know why. They didn't have it in grade 9. I think credit recovery came in grade 10 for
I
us.
think it came, yeah.
Then it became a regular thing.
thing, yeah.
But in grade 9, I took the exam and I walked out.
Yeah.
And then my
Fuck this.
family we rented a cottage for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I was gone for 2 weeks. And I know that report card is going to be there when I get home.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the opportunity to go to summer school now because it was too late. You had to
Yeah.
sign up ahead of time.
For sure.
And I was like stressed out. We're at this cottage. I'm like, I don't even want to go back home.
I'm
'Cause
not enjoying your time.
There's
right?
probably a fail in the mail coming my way. And I
Yeah.
didn't. That's when I got the 51.
Christ.
And after that, credit recovery, credit rescue, you could go to credit rescue and then still go to credit recovery to pass. Alrighty, guys. So basically, the battery is dying and our memory cards are full. So we're gonna wrap this up here. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you, Nick, for coming out. We
Absolutely.
appreciate it. We're gonna have to have him out again.
Absolutely.
To
And,
finish
and
this?
for future reference, I am a doctor
He is a
of
doctor.
woodworking.
Yeah, it counts. It definitely counts.
Of course.
But if you guys could go ahead and like
Comment.
the video, comment, and
Subscribe.
subscribe to the channel, that would be amazing because it does shit for us and we appreciate it. Until next time, I'm Davey on everything.
I'm Nicholas Rudy Anthony Jaworski.
Dan 3 TV.
You guys have a good day.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Big G's, no design on my jacket. Work hard, now I'm changing my bracket. Talk tough, we ain't hear that racket. Dogs came in, you know how to stack it. Take it wrong, but I'ma need my ends though. I got tigers on my chest like Kenzo. Rail came, yeah, he putting that Benz though. Carol's here, man, you know you stay 10 toes. Big dog, man, you know I ain't worried. Bent up, so I'm talking real slurry. Got a blast, bro, I'm always in a hurry. Big Drake, shooting dirty like Curry. Take a yerky, ain't know he stay passed up. You don't catch him late night, do you asked out. No, real, how to put it E class.